All right, let's get started. So 6 minus 0 equals 6. 2 minus 0 equals 2. 7 minus 1 equals 6. 10 minus 0 equals 10. 4 minus 1 equals 3. 7 minus 0 equals 7. 10 minus 1 equals 9. 4 minus 0 equals 4. Put it this way. 3 minus 1 equals 2. 1 minus 1 equals 0. 5 minus 1 4. 9 minus 1 equals 8. 8. We're going back. 2 minus 1 equals 1. 6 minus 1 equals 5. 1. 0 equals 1. 5 minus 0 equals 5. 9 minus 0 equals 9. 8 minus 0 equals 8. 3 minus 0 equals 3. 8 minus 1 equals 7. All right, so that's our subtraction facts. We're losing. Let's go ahead and do addition facts. Plus 2. I'm sorry, plus facts, not plus 2. All right. 8 plus 8 equals 16. 4 plus 2 equals 6. 2 plus 5 equals 7. 2 plus 3 equals 5. 5 plus 2 equals 7. 10 plus 2 equals 12. 2 plus 10 equals 12. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 4 plus 4 equals 8. 2 plus 7 equals 9. 2 plus 4 equals 6. 8 plus 2 equals 10. 5 plus 5 equals 10. 6 plus 2 equals 8. 9 plus 2 equals 11. 9 plus 9 equals 18. 3 plus 3 equals 6. 2 plus 8 equals 10. 7 plus 2 equals 9. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 2 plus 6 equals 8. 3 plus 2 equals 5. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 2 plus 9 equals 11. And 0 plus 2 equals 2. All right, awesome. So just gone over all our memory facts. I mean, our not memory facts, math facts. All right, let's kind of go over a couple of things. So let's practice some counting. So up here, I'm counting by twos with even numbers. I have 14, 16. Where would I go from 14, 16? I will go to 18. And remember, you go to your next 10 from 18. Where am I going from 18? What's 2 more than 18? 20. Then start all over. After 20, I go to
22.
22.
23.
After 22. Not 23, it's 2 more. 24, 22, 24,
26.
26, and then I'll finish with which one?
28.
28. All right, let's count by twos all the way to 28. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. It's up here. 24, 26, 28. Good.
80.
Awesome. All right, so last week we also learned about what's called pairs. Remember, a pair is a total of how many?
2.
2. A pair is 2, like when we say a pair of hands, a pair of earrings, a pair of eyes, a pair of ears, right? Pairs come in sets of 2. So whenever I have a pair, how do I show that it's a pair? What do I do?
You circle 2
I draw 2 and then I circle it to show that that's one pair. Now, whenever I have 2 like this, I don't say that's 2 pairs. No, that's 1 pair. 2 equals 1 pair. Okay? So let's go ahead and look at this. So I have 11 pairs. Not pairs, sorry. I have 11 socks. Okay? So does this mean 11 pairs? No, it just means 11 socks. So let me draw 11 socks. Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 11 socks. Now I want to know how many pairs. So what do I do to figure out how many pairs would be in 11 socks? I need to do what with the pairs? Circle them. So how many do I circle at a time?
2.
So I've circled 2. How many pairs is that?
1.
Circle 2. How many pairs?
2.
Circle
3.
pairs.
4.
Pairs.
5.
Now can I circle this one?
No.
No, because this is a single one, so I can't circle it. This can't be a pair. How many pairs did I make out of 11 socks?
5.
Pairs. So remember, a pair means a total of 2. So this is how we identify pairs. Pairs come in twos. They come together in sets. 2 together, okay? That's a pair. All right, let's practice some counting. So I have some dimes here and some pennies. Okay, anyone like to count it for us so we can figure out how much money? All right, go ahead, Taylin.
10, 20, 30.
Wait, slow down.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50,
Good.
51, 52, and
How much?
52.
52 cents. Good. So we always count our dimes first, and then we add our pennies to it to show how much money. Joshua and Dennis, are y'all fine? You're really quiet today. Are you good? Okay, are we understanding everything? Any questions? Okay. All right, so now let's go ahead, and I have it written out like this. So let's see if we can still figure out how much money. So I have 6 dimes and 5 pennies. 6 dimes, 5 pennies. How much money would that be? 6 dimes, 5 pennies.
I know.
How much?
65 cents.
65 cents. You could draw it if you want, but I mean, the numbers are kind of there. But also 6 times is 60, plus 5 would be 61, 62, 63, 64, 65 cents. Okay, so anytime it's written out like this, honestly, you just take your 2 numbers and put it as the amount. But you have to be careful because sometimes pennies could be in the front and dimes in the back. And you don't want to just write it. You have to make sure you focus on how they're written, the order that they're written in. But remember, a dime is 10. So when I said 6 dimes, I knew that would have been 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. The 5 pennies would have been 5 ones. 60 plus 5 ones makes 65 cents. And you could also draw it as well if that'll be easier. So next I have 9 dimes and 1 penny. 9 dimes, 1 penny. How much money would that be?
19.
Not 19.
91.
91. Yes. 9 dimes is 90 plus the 1 makes it 91 cents. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and practice some time. So remember, we have 2 hands on our clock. We have what's called the long hand. We have the long hand, which is our minute hand, and we have the short hand, which is the hour hand. So our hands move around the clock to tell us what time it is. So anytime, so far we've learned how to tell time to the hour. So anytime we have a long hand and it's pointing to the number 12, that is a brand new hour, 00, and we say o'clock, right? What we have to figure out is where the hour hand, which is our short hand, is. That hand tells us the hour we are inside of. So our long hand, minute hand tells us how many minutes. Our short hand, the hour hand, tells us what hour it currently is. So let's go ahead and practice the time here.
10, 20.
Okay, what time would it be here? What would be my time? What time would it be? Thank you, Joshua. What time?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. Okay, another one. What time would it be here? Dennis.
3 o'clock.
Look at it again. Look.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. And the next one. What time would it be here? What time? I'll finish you guys. Hi, Faith.
Hi.
Go ahead. 7 o'clock. Awesome. Y'all are so smart. Good job. Okay, so that's telling time to the hour. So today's lesson was mainly a review, just kind of going through some of the things that we've done already. So in your book today, the only thing you'll see different is the money in this form. Everything else we're pretty familiar with. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to writing. So you'll need your writing book. We are practicing letter Z on today. We can find letter Z on page 39. If you don't have your book or anything, you can practice on a loose leaf paper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do we have our page ready?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What happened to the water? L-V-E?
All right, okay. All right, so today we're learning letter Z, lowercase letter Z. Okay. So letter Z starts here on the red line. And looking at it here, you can see letter Z has two humps, one big one small one. That's what's important to know whenever we're writing Z. One big one small one. So Z also hangs off the line, just like a lot of the letters we've been practicing lately, like Y and J and P. Remember, they all hang off, so Z does as well. So the first thing we do is we start on our red line, we curve all the way up to the middle line, we do our first hump, come all the way back down to the red line. Then we go up the same line, but we stop at the dotted line right here. We do our second hump, we come off the line, loop towards the front, and kick it out, and that's our Z. Again, you do your first hump, down, touch the red, back up, down again, come off, kick it out. Again, here, and there. Okay? Can I see you practice line one, or practice, if you don't have a book, can you practice 5 of them? Do 5 of them, and let me see.
I heard you did okay, stop doing this stuff whenever you do it first. Just get
Pick your pencil up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to keep going.
Yeah. Just a student skate. Yes, they can.
It looks good. I just hope you're not done.
Just like one students. And this one. Okay. So I'm gonna do 5 of them. So simply, yeah, and 5. 8. That's not. Oh, no, if you don't have a book, then you can do it. At home. Go home. Go down, make a loop. Right? Go down, make a loop. It's a hump, hump. Go down. I can do this like you. I say my ABC. A, B, F, G. See it all in the back. Wait, where's my ABC?
Okay, do you have any finish so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's see. Okay, let's do it.
Kind of remind me of the egg. I'm gonna try to do this.
All right, can I see them on the screen if you're done? Into the last two. Okay, good, Faith. Just make sure to stay inside that line, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, and try to write not so big, but like, you know, a little smaller when you're doing like the hump, a little smaller.
I'm done with line 1. Done with line 1. Now I can go to the colorful pages where they have animals.
Practice those.
Okay. Why did you shrimp me? I did not.
All right, so this week in writing, we are moving on to another rule that we're going to learn. So we know that, of course, when we start a sentence, we always start with the capital letter and we finish with the period. We've learned that anytime we have a proper noun, whether it's of a person, meaning someone's first name or last name, or a proper noun of a place, a restaurant, or, you know, just any store, we always have to capitalize those things. So this week we are moving on to days of the week, okay? So remember, we have 7 days of the week: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So anytime we have a day of the week inside the name of the day of the week inside of our sentence, we have to capitalize it. If you've ever written the date before, most of the time that the day is capitalized. So that's what we're going to focus on this week, capitalizing the days of the week inside of our sentences. Again, the days of the week are Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Anytime we have a day of the week in a sentence, we capitalize it, meaning we write a big letter at the beginning of it. So let's look at number 1. It says today is Monday. What is your day of the week in this sentence? Today is Monday. Naraya, what you have?
Monday.
Monday. Monday is my day of the week. So that means whenever I write the word Monday, how should I write it? With a capital letter. So go ahead and do number 1. Today is Monday. Have it up here. Sorry. Remember, Monday is the day of the week. So when we write it, we have to make sure to capitalize the M in Monday. All right, number 2, it says, I have practice on Thursday. What's my day of the week in this sentence here? I have practice on Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday is my day of the week. So how should I write Thursday? What's a letter? All right, so go ahead. I have practice on Thursday. Write this one correctly. We'll get a book to read. Excuse me. Stay. All right, go ahead, say it.
You capital letter I.
First letter I.
And then you put a period.
One more thing to capitalize.
And then you capitalize the P.
Remember, this week we're learning about our days of the week. What's your day of the week in this sentence? I have practice on Thursday.
That's the last one. The T.
Thursday, so I capitalize the T in Thursday. And then I finish, yes, with the period. I have practice on Thursday. Okay, number 3, Aaron's birthday is next Saturday. Aaron's birthday is next Saturday. Go ahead and write this one the correct way. And Saturday is like underneath, so just keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and discuss number 3. Aaron's birthday is next Saturday. Would anyone like to do this one? Okay, go ahead, Faith.
Capitalize the A.
First letter A, yes.
And Saturday.
And and Saturday day of the week, how do I finish it?
With a period.
Awesome. All right, good. So this week, this is what we will be focusing on, capitalizing days of the week inside of our sentences, okay? All right, let's go ahead and keep on moving. We'll move on to phonics, over our charts, and a couple of things. All right, so we will start with chart 8 on today. Yeah. Oh, no, I don't think it is. Yeah. All right, chart 8. I have it here. All right, let's go ahead together on 3. 1, 2, 3. THR says third, and 3. AR says R. R's. CH says and church. OR says or.
Morning.
OU says ow, and out. OW says ow, and owl. OW says o, and bowl. ER says and verse. UR says and nurse. IR says and bird. OI says boy and coin. OY says oi and boy. OO says and book. OO says ooh and tooth. WOR says were and worms. IH says I and I. ALL says all. LK says up, and walk. All right, let's go over chart 9. All right, chart 9. ING says ing, and pointing. KN says not. GN says and gnat. ANG says ang, and bang. ING says ing, and king. ONG says ong, and long. UNG says ung, and shrunk. ANK says ain't, and bank. INK says ink, and wink. ONK says onk, and honk. UNK says unk, and trunk. WA says walk, and wash. A says and adopt. Y says and baby. LE says and little. ED says add, and wanted. ED says and look. ED says and play. All right, so that's chart 9. So we are almost finished with chart 9. I'll actually be introducing chart 10 on tomorrow. Okay, so far we've learned our root, what's called a root word and a suffix. Remember, a root word is your beginning word, the word that you start with, and we add what's called a suffix to the end of it to make it a new word. Does anyone remember any of the suffixes that we've learned so far? Yeah, it's over. Okay, but what's the suffix? Point is the root word. What's the suffix? ING, ing. And we also learned our other suffix on last week, which was ED. Okay, so remember we mark, 1 second. Okay, when it comes to marking a root word and a suffix, so look at spelling. How do I mark a root word and a suffix? How?
Underline spell.
Underline spell the root word. Circle ing the suffix. So remember, we mark root words and suffixes differently. We underline the root word and we circle the suffix. Next, I have flying. How would I mark the word flying?
Underline fly.
Underline fly. And circle ing, ing. Okay, so last week we also learned suffix ed that says ed. Remember, I told you anytime your root word has a d or a t on the end, that ed will say ed. So let's look at this one here. What would this word? Tell me how I would mark this word here. Okay, go ahead, Naraya. Underline the root word need.
And circle
Ed, what's the word?
needed.
Needed. Next one here, how would I mark this one? Okay, Faith.
Underline.
Oh, is melt.
Melt.
Okay, and
Circle ed.
okay, and the word would be
Melted.
melted. Good. So today we're going to learn our next ed, and this one says, this one has the T sound. Ed that says, Dennis, are you here?
Yeah. I know which page.
Okay, remember, I really like our screens to be on so that I can see. Thank you so much. So we're looking at ed that says, okay, so let's look at the first one here. How would I mark this one here? Go ahead.
You put in, you mark the
Underline fish.
you underline fish and then circle ed.
What's the word?
Fished it.
Not fished it. This is ed that says, So fished. Fished. Next one, how would I mark this one? Underline the root word jump.
And circle
Ed. How would I say? Sorry, tell me the word.
Jump.
Jumped. Not jumped it. Jumped. Good. So it's important to know when to use the right ed, because we don't want to say fished and that's not the proper way to pronounce it. It's fished. The only like I said, ed, if the root word has a drt, that's when you'll say ed. Okay. If not, then it'll either be ed or ed, which we'll learn that one as well. Okay. So this is a review of our root word and suffixes and how to mark them. All right, so let's go ahead and look here at the board. So I want to talk about how to properly use some words. So as you can see, we have is and are. Okay, so let's look at this one. It says the sock is or are red. Which word would make more sense? The sock is or are red. Which one would fit this sentence? Is or are? Okay, Faith?
Is.
The sock is red. So we have to make sure that it makes sense when we say a sentence. I wouldn't say the sock are red. The sock is red. Now look at this one. The socks is or are red. Which one will go in this one? The socks is or are red. Mariah? Are. This one I would say are, and that's because sock changed. Now it's socks with an S instead of sock without the S. So because this changed, now I would say the socks are red. Okay, look at this one. A flower grow or grows in the garden. A flower grow or grows in the garden. All right, Kinley. A flower grows in the garden. Next, flowers grow or grows in the garden. Flowers grow or grows in the garden. Caitlin, flowers grow or grows? Grow. Flowers grow in the garden. And again, it changed. Look at the flower. It went from a flower to flowers. S. Remember we learned that S means more than one. So flowers grow in the garden. All right, awesome. All right, so that's it for our phonics lesson today. I just wanted to review that and go over root words and suffixes. All right, so let's go ahead and do our language, and then we have reading and spelling. Yeah, I didn't. All right, so week before, we started learning the different types of sentences. We learned what's called a phrase, which is a part of a sentence, and we learned what's called a statement type of sentence. So a phrase, is a phrase a sentence? No, it is not. It is usually only a part of a sentence. A phrase usually will have either the who or the what, but it will not have both. Can someone give me an example of a phrase? What would be something that's a phrase?
I know.
Okay.
I have fun.
Students today. Faith?
I have a cup.
A cup. Yes, a cup. That's a phrase. This is not answering anything. We have the who, I guess you could say, a cup, but I'm sorry, we have the what, a cup, but we don't have the who. So I could say Tim found a cup. That would be a complete sentence. So then we learn what's called statement sentences, right? What does a statement sentence do? It does two things. A statement. Dennis, you're on mute.
I finished the whole entire part of the sentence.
Say it again. What does a
The
statement
who
sentence?
and the what in it.
Okay, yes, it does have a who and a what, but it does something else. That's how we identify that it's a statement. Remember, I gave the definition of what a statement sentence does. It does two things. That's how we know it's a statement. It will have the full who and the full what, but being that we're learning the different types of sentences, we have to know exactly what a statement sentence does. Statement sentence will tell us something. Yeah. And it gives us information.
I was going to say that.
Well, you should have said it.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, well, that was right, if you know. All right, so a statement sentence will tell us something that's going on, and it gives us information. Tells us something, gives us information. That's what a statement does. I told you a statement is basically a regular sentence. If I would say, I went to grandma last weekend, that's a statement. I'm telling you something, I'm giving you information about myself. I'm telling you what I did and when I did and where I went, okay? So a statement tells us something and gives us information. All statement sentences start with a capital letter and they end with a period, okay? So this week we are focusing on a new type of sentence, which is called a question sentence. Now, I think we all kind of know what a question sentence is, right? Basically, what does a question sentence do? It asks something. So whenever you are asking something, whenever you are trying to get an answer to something, it is called a question sentence. If I would say, can I play outside? That's a question. Or if I would say, is your favorite color red? That is a question. If I would say, how old are you? That is a question. Anytime you are giving a sentence that is asking something, it is called a question sentence. All question sentences start with a capital letter, but they end differently. Question sentences do not end the same way as a statement. Question sentences end with what's called a question mark. Has anyone seen this symbol before, the question mark?
Yes.
Question sentences end with question marks. That's how we show that it's a question sentence. That's how we also identify that it's a question sentence. So in order for you to have a question sentence, it has to finish with that question mark. Now, we can't say I went to grandma last weekend and then put a question mark. No, that's not a question sentence. You have to make sure that if you're putting a question mark, that the sentence is actually asking a question, meaning I will have to give an answer after you give me the sentence. So could anyone give me an example of a question sentence?
Can we go to the park?
Can we go to the park?
Could I have a cupcake?
Could I have a cupcake? Y'all can go read together.
I like this.
That's not a question. You're telling me something.
Can
It's not a question. You're telling me something.
Can I have this?
Can I have this? Good. Question sentence. Okay. Any other examples of question sentences? Raising your hand. Thank you, Dennis.
Hold on, because I still need a reason. Oh, ow! Can I play at the park?
Huh?
Can I play at the park?
Can I play at the park? Okay, Avaya. Good. That's one.
Can we go see the pigs? Can we go see the pigs?
Can we go see the pigs? Okay, yep, that's a question. Okay, Faith. Good.
Can I go to my grandma's house?
Can I go to my grandma's house? Good. That is a question. Okay, Joshua, do you have a question?
Yes.
Okay.
Can we go to the farm?
Can we go to the farm? Okay, good. So all of these are examples of question sentences. The only thing that makes a difference is how to finish it with a question mark, which we will do some practice on Wednesday, writing our own question sentences, okay? So we know what a phrase is, which is not a sentence. It's a part of a sentence. We know what a statement is. It tells us something, gives us information. And now we are moving on to question sentences, which ask something. So this is our new type of sentence that we are learning on this week, okay? All right, awesome. So that is it for language. Tomorrow we'll go more into it, identifying the difference between the two, and maybe it's some practice tomorrow. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to your new reading book, which is Stepping Stones. Remember, I did tell you that before the break. That's our new book.
Oh yeah, no. Stepping stones are stepping stones?
No, that's tomorrow.
Okay. Stepping stones.
So Stepping Stones is our new book.
She said that's tomorrow. That's stuff in her own.
Yeah. Here, Dylan. Right.
A bit of these pages. Like, you don't want to. It smells good. What's wrong with this books? Yes, because I love the smell of books. Except
that's
it
big.
smell like that.
Okay, does everybody have their book ready? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Smell like a cupcake. I really do smell like so cupcake. I don't like it.
Oh.
126. 126. Well, if you forget what page it is. And 100.
Y'all shouldn't. It's fine. Y'all should be good. All right, so we are in our new book. It's called Stepping Stones. So this is our third book so far. So we'll see a lot of chart 8 and chart 9 sounds in this book. Okay, so let's start with page 1. Faith, I have your book here in class. Oh, yeah, in a second.
Page 1 on mine.
Well, you have to turn it. It's going to be when you turn it. All right, so this is just some practice of sounds, special sound THR, thr. Okay, all right, so you can come on, Kinley. Kinley's going to read those for us. So THR, thr.
Thrill, thrown, drift, throb, three, grass, dry, and trash.
Thrash.
Dash.
Yeah, oh, okay. All right, good. All right, let's look at page 2. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let me try this first. Anyone like to read? 1, 2, 3.
I would like to read.
Well, I was gonna try to see if you guys want to read first before we do it in person. No? Okay. All right, come on, Naraya. 1, 2, 3.
And three swim fish. Swim in the sea. Dip and dive. Dip and dive. Please play with me. 3 fish. Bass. Dogs ran by the 3 tree. Zip and zip and zip.
Okay, good. All right. Let's look at page 3. This is just an intro we're doing today. Nothing. Just kind of getting into the book. Anyone like to read page 3?
Me? Well, I would like the zoo to go first.
Okay, you have it, Faith?
No.
Well, I guess I'll show it to you here since you want to read. Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Which page?
3. This one.
Dan and Deb came one day for tea. Hop and skip, run and jump. Just read.
Good. Okay. All right, and page 4. So it's just a little poem about them playing. Okay, page 4. Let's look at the sound AR that says R, like in stars. Yes, you can read the top.
Stir,
No, this one, ARR.
Earth. Sam.
No, AR says R.
Or.
So
Born. 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 Right. Or.
AR says R.
Born.
Mm-hmm.
Born.
AR says R.
Born.
Spark.
Barn. Right.
Yard.
Or. Yard.
Mm-hmm. Street. Car. Okay, good. All right, let's read the sentences at the bottom with the pictures. Anyone? Dennis or Joshua? Since y'all did not get a chance to read yet. Okay, go ahead, Dennis. Oh, you're on mute?
Which one?
Page 4, like all the sentences on the bottom.
Can you do a hard job well?
Well, the one, the stars shine, that one first.
Oh.
Yeah.
The stars shine in the dark.
You can keep going.
I like to play in the park. Can you do a hard job well? That marks that is smart.
All right, good. Okay, so this is where we'll stop today. I just wanted to introduce the book. So tomorrow we'll start our first story in the book, which is called Start the Car. Okay, so again, we'll see a lot of chart 8 and chart 9 sounds in this book. Okay, all right, so our last lesson of the day will be ours to go over our spelling list, and we will be done. So if you have your spelling book, you can get it out. We're on list 13 this week. Page 26, list 13, page 26.
I put my yes, I am.
So your spelling list for this week is 13. All right, so we're focusing on a lot of the CH, the OR, and the WOR sounds. All right, so let's go ahead and go through our list. So first word is chin. CHIN, chin. Next word, check. CHECK, check. Chick. CHICK, chick. Much. MUCH, much. Ouch. OUCH, ouch. Next row, born. BORN, born. Fork. FORK, fork. Horn. HORN, horn. Horse. HORSE, horse. Word. WORD, word. Work. WORK, work. Worm. WORM, worm. World. WORLD, Y-S says, and was, W-A-S was. Okay, so those are your 15 words in your book. Okay, let's look at your Greek and Latin for this week. Okay, your Greek word this week is Scopio. S-K-O-P-E-O. Scopio. And it means to see or look. Like when you use a telescope. This telescope helps you to see things. So Scopio means to see or look. And then we have our two Latin words, which is caput. C-A-P-U-T. Caput, which means head. For example, when I say the capital, yeah. And then manus, M-A-N-U-S, manus, and it means hand. Like when someone goes to the nail shop and get a manicure, that means they're getting their nails done. Okay, so these are your Greek and Latin words this week. Scopio means to see or look. Latin word caput means head, and manus means hand. Okay. All right, guys, so that is it. We have completed all of our lessons for the day. So tomorrow we will do more of our lessons, and we'll add our science and social studies in. Just make sure to review your pages, all your workbook pages that you have to